Hello everyone, welcome to the new episode of Founder Series after a short break. So, in today's episode, we have a Flabites founder, Mr. Kunal Chhatwani. So, Flabites is a brand that is providing healthier and tastier options for snacks. So, Mr. Kunal, who has been working as a business development executive in several companies before starting this brand, his brand Flabites, and during the COVID times. Anyways, let's hear more about the brand from Kunal. So, hi Kunal. Thank you for doing this for us in the first place. Thank you for taking out the time.
Thank you so much for having me with you. Thank you so much.
So, can you start? We'll start by telling us a little bit about Flabites and how you came up with the idea of this.
Right. So, Flabites, if I have to actually share the story, it's a long story and a very funny story, I would rather say. But I'll just cut it short to how the idea came up. It was during lockdown. If I talk about my own background, I was previously working with some other industry and I was on a job over there. And then during lockdown, you know how scenarios worked out, wherein people lost their jobs. There were many business owners who were sitting free at home and planning on what exactly to be done. So that is when I, along with my partner Sameer Shah, we planned on starting with this particular brand. Since Sameer comes from from the same background since almost 20 plus years in the same industry, and that is when we thought, chalo, let's do something for ourselves. Let's create a brand. Now that D2C as a market, if I talk about, is very well in system. So let's work on that. That was the main idea.
There's never been a better time to start a D2C brand in India. I think
absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So yours was a COVID-born brand. That's the.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Super. So how are you acquiring your users right now? Is it only ad tech or what is it? What is it your strategy?
So there are various mediums through which we are reaching out to our users. I mean, if I talk about since we have our own e-commerce website, we are not only into offline sales. So when I talk about e-commerce website, we do have certain emailers that we are shooting. Social media is something that's been a very huge help in today's time. So social media ads. Then there are various WhatsApp marketing that we are working out on, and there are various mediums through which we have reached out to our users, maybe through email or some kind of push apps that we can work on, web push notifications and all that we can work on. So those are certain mediums through which we are getting on reaching out to our users.
Okay. Yes, so these users that you are acquiring, are you able to retain them as well, or do you have any strategies to boost repeat transactions in your website?
So I'll be very honest, being into e-commerce, being a new brand by itself, it's very difficult to have trust among your customers or trust among people who have not even tasted your product. One is the food industry itself, that till the time people don't taste it, they won't know whether the product is good. They won't want to try it. That, to be very honest. And secondly, when you talk about retaining them, then trust is another factor, because being into e-commerce, people don't have that faith that if I make the payment, do I receive the product or not? That's also a question that comes to the mind. So yes, there is a difficulty of retaining them, but yes, after I believe after using having our products once or twice, using the website, seeing what the service that we are providing, they are definitely getting back to us. But yes, I won't say that we have a very huge ratio of retention, but yes, it's working fine for now.
Great.
Being a startup, yes, it's working fine.
Super. So it's so nice to hear that you are working on your retention as well right from the beginning, which is what most of the founders miss to do it, because retention is always considered as tomorrow's problem. So I'm so glad to hear from you that you're working on that. Anyway, so when you're talking about trust and other factors, especially in the food industry, so how seriously do you take the feedback from your users, and are you collecting feedbacks from your users right now, and how seriously do you take it, and how do you implement those user feedbacks in your what's your process?
Yeah, so I won't say that I have a very established process of getting the feedback from our customers, but yes, when we started, if I'm talking about a pilot project when we ran through, when we started with our website, we reached out to many of our friends and families. That was the first step of getting a feedback on our products.
Right.
Then, after we had customers through social media, we tried getting testimonials from them. Because we had the we had the mobile number or email id, we tried reaching out to them to get a small testimonial if in case they like the products. We do have testimonials from many of our customers which are also there on our social media. So if that would all that I would say that for now I have to if a feedback is what you're asking for.
Right. So this testimonial, everything you're talking about, the feedback that comes after they've tried out your product. Yes, I was actually asking about the feedback of buying from your website, the experience of purchasing from your website. So do you have any system in place there?
If you're talking about a system in place, then no. Okay. I'll be very honest. But then if I have to tell about talking to them on a personal level or to one of few of my employees who are reaching out to them on a call or maybe email, then yes, we do have. I mean, obviously there are feedbacks, positive and negative both. People have been facing issues with one or two small things, which we are trying to work out on. And yes, it's been pretty well organized. But then yes, if I have to again say that a system being in place, then no, not a system in place.
Okay.
Right.
But then I think right now you said that you're personally connecting with them for a feedback. I think for now, yeah, you can definitely do that. But then as you grow, probably you can think of implementing a system integrated in your website to collect better feedback.
Absolutely.
That's something to think about. Great. So, what are some of the bottlenecks that you would say as you're building this startup, and what are you doing to overcome it?
So, any kind of bottleneck or a struggle that I have to mention for any startup is their sales. And sales, again, like I mentioned previously, that it depends on customer engagement, the trust that the person has on the brand. It all completely depends on that. So yeah, we are facing that certain issues when we have to reach out to customer. We want them to try our products and then maybe decide on whether they trust us or not. So that is the only thing that I would say would be a bottleneck for us. And yes, again, like I mentioned few of these points, the questions that you asked me, whether we have system in place for having a proper feedback, or so system implementation is something also that I guess that we need to work on. That's in process, I would rather say.
Right. So you kind of actually stepped on into my next question. So I was about to ask, how are you communicating with your users currently? Since you just said that, the bottleneck you're facing is that you'll have to establish a trust factor with your customers to get them back on your website. So which ultimately will build up when you're constantly communicating with your users or customers. So is there something specifically you're doing, giving them specific offers, something like that via WhatsApp, email?
So yes, we do run through offers. I mean, if discount would be an offer that we talk about, we do run discounts as well. There have been kind of how do I say? It's more of a contest that we run through, wherein people who participate in the contest, we also provide them with hampers of free products from a site. So those are also few things that we have been doing. Great. And yeah, that would be all that I currently that we are doing. Yes.
Yeah, that is also a way of communicating with the users.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
Great. So earlier, when in the beginning you were saying you have a website and you are offline as well. So do you have a store as well offline, or what?
So we have just started with our offline sales in Mumbai. So few stores in Mumbai do have our products that are on display. And since I mentioned that initially when we started, it was only an idea to have an e-commerce platform. But now, since last 1.5 months is when we started with planning on offline sales. We started implementing on those ideas. So a very new in offline market. When we talk about e-commerce, then yes, it's been more than a year now being into e-commerce.
Okay.
Yes.
So in the future, do you see yourself scaling up online or e-commerce, or you still open?
If you
offline store?
ask me what I would love to have, it would definitely be an e-commerce
Okay.
platform. But then yes, offline again, when I talk about advertising your product, when you talk about brand recognition, offline also plays a very major role to because that is where people see your products every day, day in and day out. When they move out in the departmental stores, that is when they see the brand, that is how they recognize, that is when they trust your brand.
Right.
So I obviously look at growing my e-commerce platform, my online sales, but yes, offline will play a major role in developing a trust for my brand.
Right. No, whatever you said is kind of true, because I think when they see your product in the supermarket,
correct,
once or twice, and then later they go back and check out your website and see what are the products that you have, and attempted to place an order. So I think, yeah, offline advertising also definitely plays a role here.
It does.
It does. So what are your plans for scaling up in the future? Can you also tell a little bit about the products that you're having currently, and what are your plans to scale up in the future?
So, oh yeah, I didn't introduce my product till now. So yes, we have, So Flabites is a brand that has its own setup for processing cashew and almonds. We flavor various cashew and almonds into different kind of flavors like bubblegum, blueberry, peri-peri, guava cheese. These sort of flavors we have. Yes, so these kind of flavors we have on cashew and almonds. We have various seeds. People prefer eating seeds these days out of the being health conscious. So we have seeds like pumpkin seeds, watermelon, chia flex seeds. We also have various vacuum fried snacks, like chiku chips. We have jackfruit chips. There's sweet potato chips. So few of them are seasoned. We have seasoned okra, bhindi. Is what we commonly know it as. So it's a crunchy kind of snacking option that people might want to have it during their free time. Definitely. So these are the kind of products that we have currently. And yes, currently we obviously look at expanding or adding more to our product list, but then not very soon right now. Yeah, these are the products that we have. And I think you asked me how am I looking at scaling it up?
Yeah, right.
Yes, we have various plans. We are focusing on certain things. Not many things would I be able to disclose right now, but yeah, we do have plans to scale it up online through various marketing mediums. Also, there are ideas on how, or it's more towards how can people earn out of our products. That is also something, that's only a hint that I can give you right now. But yes, that is something that we are planning to. So yeah, there are various options. So yeah, if you talk about how do I scale it, then scaling it through various online marketing activities, including your social media ads, through WhatsApp marketing or email marketing, web push notifications. So there are various such things that we are using to promote our products.
Great. That's wonderful to hear, Kunal. So I think from whatever products you have told right now, the flavors, I'm also very intrigued to go and check out your website. And so it's only healthy snacks. It's going to be a forte. Will Flabites only have healthy?
I won't say a complete healthy thing. We do have healthy options, like seeds are healthy, vacuum fried snacks are partially healthy, because when we talk about an open fried product, if we compare it with a vacuum fried product, it contains just 10 to 20% of the oil in an open fried product. So that is also partially healthy. But when I talk about cashew and almond flavored with bubble gum or blueberry, it does have sugar in it. So I would say taste and health both. That is what our products have.
Great. Superb. I mean, that's a good tagline, I guess, for your product as well. Super. So I think we are almost towards the end of the interview. So any budding thoughts that any thoughts that you want to leave for the budding entrepreneurs, something you want to say to them?
I would only want to say one thing. We have seen the most difficult times that last 2 years have shown us. And it's only time to just stay with what you're doing right now, focus more towards your future. Things are good. India being a very growth oriented market, there's scope of growth in the coming years down the line.
Right.
Just focus on that thing. That's all I would want to say over here.
Okay, so I mean, you basically want them to do all the hard work and like things will fall in place.
Not just hard, yes, smart work as well.
Yeah, definitely smart work as well. Smart work.
Yes,
Sure,
absolutely.
sure. Superb. So, yeah, I think that was a very, very interesting session with you, Kunal. Very glad
Thank you
to
so
hear
much.
about Flabites. In fact, I'm going to check out the website right away after this call.
Please do, please do.
Super. So, all the best. I'm looking forward to seeing more of your products in the supermarkets that I visit. So, good luck to you and the brand.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Manuvidhya.
Great.